name is Sheila Gold. I'm the Assistant Dean of Admissions for the Tulane School of Professional Advancement. And I am joined by my colleague, Ann Conlon. She's making the slides go by. And if you have any questions during the webinar, you can drop them in the chat. I just put a welcome message to everybody, so you can reply to the welcome message with your question, and Ann will be monitoring those in the chat. This webinar will last about 20 minutes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to follow up. You're welcome, Sharon. We're thrilled to have you here. We're going to follow up by sending a thank you email to you all tomorrow, and it will have a recording of this webinar. So if you don't want to like take notes, or if you don't remember like everything we said, it's okay. You can review it. And then it will also have my contact information. So if you want to send me an email, you can reach out to. So once again, we know that this is at the end of probably a busy day for you all. So we try to be pretty efficient with these webinars. So we pack in a lot of information in a short period of time. So a little bit about Tulane University. Tulane University is made up of 10 different schools, one of which is the School of Professional Advancement. We're actually the third oldest school at the university. Tulane was founded as the Medical College of Louisiana many, many years ago, back when there was a yellow fever epidemic. And it was started as a medical school to help treat those in Louisiana who were being affected by the epidemic. Shortly after that, the law school was started, and then right on the heels of the law school was the School of Professional Advancement. And it's had several different names in its 130-year history, but its mission has always been the same. We are the part of the school that is for working adults and non-traditional students. And what do I mean by a non-traditional student? If you're anything other than an 18-year-old who is graduating from high school and about to start college in a couple months, that makes you a non-traditional student, right? So you've probably got some life experience on you. You probably have some education. Maybe you have done 2 years somewhere. Maybe you've done more than 2 years somewhere and you've just sort of gotten those first 60 credits together. Or maybe you just graduated from a four-year institution and you're looking to come back and get your master's degree, but you're going to do it while you're working, you're raising kids, maybe you're taking care of some older family members. That's a non-traditional student, and you are exactly who we love to have at SoPA. So we're thrilled that you're with us this afternoon. Let me just say that this webinar is just for PTK students. You all are the bomb. We love you. We know that you're such good students, and we want you at Tulane SoPA. So we know that you do very well in our programs. You can, whether you're looking at finishing out your bachelor's degree or you're taking your PTK, and you can apply the 20% PTK discount to our graduate programs too. You can finish the bachelor's or do your master's degree completely online. So even if you're a local student or you're somewhere here in Louisiana, or maybe you're outside of Louisiana, you can still take advantage of our programs, and we're thrilled to tell you about them. Our offices are located on the Uptown campus in New Orleans. That orange building on the top right is the Richardson building. We occupy the entire second floor. If you're going to be studying with us remotely, you may or may not be on campus. If you're local or if you're visiting the city, please come and stop by and say hi. Our student lounge, actually, we have a picture of it, says "Where You Belong." That logo was created by some of our digital design students. They're incredibly creative. And they came up with that logo for our students, and we love it because it's like bright and welcoming, and also the message is true. You belong at Tulane at SoPA, and we're thrilled to have you all. All right, so people are like, School of Professional Advancement, like, does that mean I get a Tulane degree? Absolutely. This is a Tulane school. Like I showed you, we're one of the 10 schools. So your degree, when you graduate, is going to look like it does right there on the screen. It's going to say Tulane University, School of Professional Advancement. It's going to have the name of your degree, and then it's going to have the logo of the university, the signature, the president, and the dean, and all of that. So we like to say Tulane programs, Tulane faculty, and Tulane degrees. So Keep this picture in mind because today is the first step towards getting that degree on your wall. And we get very excited about giving that degree to students. So we want you to keep that picture in mind. So, in this webinar, in the next like 15 minutes or so, we're going to talk a little bit about our programs that we offer. We're going to talk about why our learning experience we think is a little bit different and in a way that we think is good from maybe some other learning experiences that you've had. We're going to talk about all the support that we give our students so that they can be successful. And then we're going to talk about the application process a little bit. Okay, so a little bit about our faculty. What makes our faculty a little bit different is that all of our faculty are what are called professors of practice. That means that all of our faculty are actually doing the work. They're professionals in the field that they teach you about. So they're professionals in a field, but they also come and teach at Tulane. So Patricia Betancourt, for example, is a litigation expert. She's a lawyer. She teaches in our paralegal studies program. So you're getting taught paralegal studies by an actual lawyer. Bo Boudreau is one of our faculty members. He is a published author and he teaches in our liberal arts program. So when you are taught writing by Bo Boudreau, he's a published writer. He knows how to do it. Tyra Mitchell has her doctorate in physical therapy. She teaches in our kinesiology program. So she's been a kinesiologist. She's got her doctorate. She's worked with clients. So when she teaches you how to do this, it's because she does it. Same with Ralph Russo. He's our program director for our cyber and IT program. Ralph was an NYPD officer for like 25 years. And after 9/11, he helped them set up their counterintelligence division. So when you learn from Ralph about cyber and IT, Ralph has done cyber and IT. And all of our, this is just 4 examples of the way our faculty are. So it's a little bit different from maybe other schools where you've been. So when you graduate, you have actually taken classes with the kind of people that you're going to get jobs from. And they're going to tell you what you need to know so that you can get a job when you graduate, because that's kind of the point of all of this. All right, so this is you all can read, I know that, but I'm going to read this to you because I think it's a great example. So Amanda Fennell is one of our teachers in our cyber and IT program, and she says, as a cybersecurity leader, I feel it's vital to prepare our professionals, that would be you all the students, through practical experience, which is why I incorporate my day job into my classes at night. So that's exactly what happens. So maybe you're not taking a night class, but nevertheless, whenever it could be during the day, but all of our faculty take their professional expertise and give it to you. All right, so like I said, we love PTK students. So we have several different ways that you all can apply your PTK scholarship so that you can save as much money as possible towards getting that Tulane degree that you saw in that slide. So we offer a 20% discount on both of tuition discount on both our undergraduate courses and our graduate courses. So if you're here to finish your bachelor's degree, don't just stop there. You can come back to Tulane SoPA, and if you like one of our master's degrees, you can get it for 20% off. We're one of the only schools, a couple schools are starting to do it now, but there's very few schools in the country that also apply the PTK discount to the graduate programs. So our undergraduate, I'm not going to read all of these to you, but our bachelor's degrees are in the black font. Our professional certificates are in the blue font. And then we have some post-baccalaureate certificates. Those require that you already have a bachelor's degree in order to get those. And those are in the lighter green font. So you can get a bachelor's degree in business. We have 2 business degrees, human resources, and a long name called organizational behavior and management studies. That is a fancy term for business. We have a bachelor's degree in Homeland Security, in General Legal Studies, Humanities and Social Sciences. And Humanities and Social Sciences, you get to kind of pick your own courses. Like it's not like specifically psychology or specifically political science. You could take a lot of political science courses with a lot of communications courses, with a lot of history courses. You get to kind of make your own path. We have an IT bachelor's, exercise science, health and wellness, and then digital design, digital media and marketing communications, and public relations. So those are the bachelors that we offer. Our master's degree, if you're here for our master's, we offer master's in a lot of the areas that you can get your bachelor's and then some additional ones. Cybersecurity, emergency management, homeland security, IT, sports studies, just a general liberal arts master's. We have a master's of public administration, and then we have a master of art in teaching. If you're interested in being a classroom teacher, you would get your master of art in teaching. And then if you're interested in educational leadership, like if you want to be a dean or a principal or like over a school system, you would get an MED, which is a master's of education. And we have 4 areas of focuses for our MED: equity centered education leadership, learning experience design, special education, and teaching English learners. Okay. So a little bit, I showed you that we do have all of our graduate programs have certificates. And if you're ever like, I'm not sure I'm ready to get a full master's, but maybe I just want to get a graduate certificate, you can come back and take 4 courses in a very specific area of study. So you can do that. It's like taking 2 semesters worth of graduate school, and then you'll have a certificate in a certain area. If you're like, oh, that certificate wasn't so bad to get, I think I'm going to continue. The graduate certificate is actually the equivalent of 1/3 of a master's degree. So you can stack those classes towards your master's. So you're actually all the way, so you can just continue on for another 6 to 8 classes and finish and get your master's. And of course, if you get the master's, you get the 20% tuition discount. So it's just something to put it in the back of your head while you're thinking of what you're going to do with your education. So these are, I'm not going to read these to you. You get this sent to you after in an email, but these are all the areas that we have a master's degree in. We have graduate certificates in also. So you can just start small with the graduate certificate and then maybe, finish up with the master's if you want. All right. So, a little bit about the learning experience at SoPA. Like I said, all of our graduate programs and the last 60 credits to finish your bachelor's can be taken online. And so we want to share that we try to make our online learning as engaging and interactive as possible. So it's not just going to be like flipping through a PowerPoint and like answering a question on a discussion board. You might have some of that, but we really try to do like interactive group projects. Some of the classes you may have to zoom in, just like we're doing now. They might say a couple times a semester we're going to have a Zoom classroom where you can have some discussions with other classmates and your teacher. You might have presentations that you need to turn in, but we also try and do some creative things. So, for instance, some of our coursework are created simulations. So several of our faculty members have created projects where you will create an avatar for yourself and you'll have a problem to solve. Then you will go into an interactive environment and like kind of go through the environment and you'll have choices to make. And then you'll make those choices. You'll come to a solution and you'll turn that in as your homework for that week or those 2 weeks or whatever. Super engaging, super real life experience, a lot of fun. Um, and then we also, some of our faculty members have podcasts. So instead of having to read a chapter or 2 that week, you can listen to the podcast. You can listen to a few minutes of the podcast on the way to work, a few minutes as you're coming back from work, maybe another 15 minutes while you're like making a salad for dinner time, whatever it is. And especially for those of you who are auditory learners as opposed to visual learners, that's a great different way to deliver curriculum. So our students tend to be super engaged in the curriculum that we offer. Next slide, please. Oh, yeah. So student support and success. So, one of the things I really like to get prospective students to understand is we are very committed to having you all graduate. So, we're not just interested in having you get admitted to the school, although I love that part because I'm the admissions person. I want to see you walk across the stage of graduation. Like that's the goal, right? So we wrap you in all sorts of support. So don't feel like you're on your own. Don't feel like, oh, I'm at Tulane and now I got to figure this out. So you have an academic advisor who is there to help you pick courses. If you're struggling in a course, they can help you get resources to the writing center. If you, for some reason, are like, oh my gosh, my child got sick and I need to take a semester off, they'll help you do that and come back. Like they can help navigate all of that. Then you have a faculty advisor. And remember, I said our faculty are all professionals in the field that you're studying. So think of this as almost like a professional mentor. So as you're studying, you can reach out to them and be like, "Ooh, I really liked this class. I think I want to do that professionally." And they could be like, "I have a friend who does that. Let me hook you up with them." Or there's an internship available. Let me get you connected. So that's like your professional mentor, your faculty advisor. We also have our own career advisor, and we do not share her with any other part of the school. So she's here just for the School of Professional Advancement students. And she can help you put your resume together, help you put your LinkedIn page together. If you have a job interview and you want to do like a practice interview with her, she will set, an hour aside and ask you questions like you're being interviewed and help you come up with really good answers. She also gets job postings. So oftentimes jobs will come and seek out our students because they know that we have really good students, and she'll push that out to you. So you may get an email a couple times during the semester that's like, this job is open in an area that you're studying. So, that's a great way to make sure that you can sort of get to the top of the pack of all the resumes that are being sent in. So keep in mind, we want you to be successful and we want you to graduate. All right. So this is a little bit confusing, but I'm going to walk you through it. Essentially, it's all good news. This is all the ways that you're going to save money if you come to SoPA. These are our numbers for summertime, which is now. They're going to be a little bit different for fall, but very little. So basically, these numbers are the same. Okay. So let's say you got your first 60 credits at a community college. I'm assuming for most of you that is true. So that is, you need 60 more credits to get your bachelor's degree. So essentially, before any discounts, those 60 credits are about 35,000, 36,000 at Tulane. We're going to start giving you all sorts of little ways to save some money. So, we have an early enrollment scholarship that's $200. If you register for classes by an early date, which I'll share that date with you in a minute, you just get $200 off your first semester. Just do it. It's an easy way to get $200 off. If you transfer in credits, which all of you are going to do, you get another $1,500 off. We spread that out over your first 3 semesters, so it'll be $500 off your first 3 semesters. Okay, that gets you down to about $34,000. Then we take off the 20% discount, which is close to $7,000, and that gets you to a Tulane degree. You're going to get to go out into the world with the Tulane degree for about 27. In the fall, it'll be like 28. So keep that in mind. Now, with that said, most of our students still apply for financial aid, so you can fill out the FAFSA form and get all of that done, and that will be available to you. We do the same process if you're looking at our master's program. A master's program is about 30, 33 credits. And then we start taking off all the tuition discounts and we get you down to about $30,000 for a master's. So that's pretty darn good for a master's from Tulane. Okay. So there's one other way that we offer discounts to students. So many of you all have been like out living life for a while. You've done some things, you've worked some places, you've got some life knowledge. If you're ever in a class and or you're registering for like your next semester's classes and something is required for you to take and you're like, "You know what? I'm in the legal studies program, but I've been a paralegal for like 10 years and I already know how to do whatever it is that the class is that you have to take next semester." You can go to your advisor and say, "I would like to get credit for prior learning." If you've been in the military, a lot of military stuff will also apply for credit for prior learning. If you've been a teacher in the classroom, like a lot of stuff will apply. That we have a process where you need to meet with the advisor. You're going to have to demonstrate that you already know all the objectives that are on the syllabus. But if you do, you can do that for up to 24 credits at the undergraduate level. So that's a lot. And take advantage of it, because not only will it save you money, but it'll save you time towards graduation. So definitely check out that option. All right. So we sort of went through all the stuff. You get the PTK Gap Scholarship also. So if you apply for financial aid and there's a gap, if you still, let's say financial aid gives you a certain amount of money and there's still a little gap that you'll have to owe because financial aid isn't going to cover it all. Our PTK scholarship will give you another $3,000 on top of that to fill in that gap. So that's another way that we help our PTK students afford their Tulane degree. So we're working with you all. We want you. We want you. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so for those of you who have not yet applied, our application is an online application. It lives on our website, sopa.tulane.edu. There's a big button at the top that says apply. Click that. If you're interested in getting your bachelor's, click the undergraduate application. If you're here because you want to get your master's, click the graduate application. We are going to need transcripts from any school that you received college credit. So if you've been to a couple different schools and gotten, 10 credits at one school and then you switch to another school and you got 15 credits there, we're going to need all those transcripts. We're going to need a picture of a current government ID. So all that means is your driver's license. Take your phone, take a picture of your driver's license and upload it. If for some reason you don't have a driver's license, if you have a passport, that'll work too. And then we have an application fee, but we waive the application fee for anybody who attends a webinar. So all of y'all will get your application fee waived. There's not a code or anything for that. Just submit your application and we've taken attendance that you're here and it will just automatically waive the fee. If you have already applied and paid that fee, please email me after this webinar and I can return that fee to you. I can get the charges reversed and refunded. And that takes like 2 seconds, so don't be shy about that. I'm very happy to do that. Okay, so we are currently accepting applications for our fall deadline. If you're interested in coming in the fall, you have till August 1st to get your application in, but don't wait that long. Get your application in now. We'll read your application on a rolling basis. And if you register for classes by July 15th, then you'll get that early enrollment scholarship. So you should just do that. Registration's open for fall now. So apply, get admitted, register for classes, get your early enrollment scholarship, and be done with it. If you're interested in starting in the spring, same thing. Our application deadline is January 1, but go ahead. That application is open and you can apply now. If you are a planner and you're not planning on starting until next summer, you can go ahead and start that application. The deadline isn't until May 1st, but you have plenty of time to get that application in. All right, so look, that is our webinar. My contact information is on the screen in front of you, sgold@tulane.edu. There's a phone number. I'm never in front of my phone. Definitely email me. I'm in front of my email constantly. So if you need your application fee refunded because you've already applied, but you attended this webinar, I'm happy to do it. If you have any other questions, go ahead and, reach out. And that concludes our webinar. So we are thrilled that you all were here tonight, and I am hoping to see all of you all push your applications in.
Miss Gold, my question is, for someone who only has maybe 1 or 2 courses left, that's attending a community college, would it be wise to transfer the credits you have now, or should they just go ahead and just finish out with the two courses and then transfer over and try to enroll into Tulane
It's
or
really up to you. It's honestly up to you. If you're at, I mean, I'll be honest with you, just as like a person to a person talking to you right now, your community college, those last two courses might be a little less expensive at the community college. So why don't you just finish it up there? Say, you know what I mean? Like I've paid for colleges too, and I've paid for my kids and all of that. So like save the money, finish up at the community college. And while you're in your last semester, getting that community college AA apply to us, and then hopefully we can take those 60 credits all over, and then you have 60 left, and we'll put the 20% discount and the transfer discount, and we'll just stack all those discounts up for you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, sounds cool.
All right. Well, that was a fantastic question. Thank you for asking. And once again, if y'all get off this webinar and you have any questions, just email me, sgold@tulane.edu, and I hope to be welcoming you all very soon to Tulane. Thanks, everyone. Have a
You
great
have a
rest of your
good
night.
one. You too.
Thank you.
All right.